Well, alright then. Welcome back to STRAFE. I'm Hupfen, and I'm not going to click on this time. We're gonna go over here. So STRAFE, so far all we've been doing is the main mode. And now that we've gotten our kills, our completions on all three primary weapons, we're going to go check out this alternate mode. Murderzone. And this is just a wave-based shooter. Obviously we've done a couple of runs, so we've gotten a couple benefits. Every time you hit one of these nodes along the path, you get something extra in the game. You get a crafting bench, you get a sidearm, you get a choice of items, and then so it goes, so it goes. It's still pretty difficult to last for any meaningful amount of time, so... dial-up noises. So we're gonna do just a couple runs on this. I'm gonna try to keep the video in roughly that 40-minute range that I think is best. I know runs in this game tend to go a fair bit longer most of the time, but this would be a nice compact video. Just a lot of running around and shooting at things. And we're going to use the shotgun, mainly because it's the best weapon for crowd control, and all we're going to have is crowds. And the principal drawback with its secondary fire, that, flechette grenade, is ammo conservation. But in Murderzone, you have infinite ammo. So it doesn't really matter. And it'll actually take care of a couple of enemies at once, and do so pretty well. Let's get away from you. And we're gonna sweep up while leaving the last few alive. We'll pop one or two as we go, but try to gather all the scrap we can now. The main reason being that once we're done, we have a time limit, 30 seconds, until we can get to... pretty short. Airboat or spike boots? Spike boots. We have a limited amount of time to get to our next room, which is going to be this one. It doesn't really matter which one you go to. In order to clear Murderzone, you have to do them all. So it's just sort of whatever feels good. And these are all, levels, well, these are all rooms, rather, that you'll find in the normal levels. So, we're playing on Icarus, so we'll have all the usual problems. As you can see, how did those both miss? Come on. Those are all taken care of now. We do not have enough scrap to really, or enough health and armor to really deal with that whole thing. We can blow you apart, and you. So room 2 murdered. Come back to center, get a spin fuser again. We're going to take health regen, and I'm actually going to hold off. We can get half armor if we have just a little bit more scrap, but we don't have it, so we'll have to deal. This is like mathematically literally worth it, but It doesn't feel like it's worth it. Completely missed with that blast. Now, the main reason I feel like shotgun is the only one that's really worth taking to the murder zone, you know, it is crowd clearing through and through, you know, as a game mode, and also that's secondary. You know, the fact that you can shoot grenades, they are essentially grenades, but the possibility of hurting yourself is pretty low. It's still possible. You can still do it. But the odds are significantly lower than with the machine gun. Machine gun is very easy to hurt yourself. Okay, so that's room 3. And we can get full armor. That's lovely. Double jump, rain gear. Let's take the rain gear, full armor. And let's go into this room since it's available. This is used up. I'll take care of that. Yeah, we've seen this room in the past. There's actually a stats container in here. Hello. Yeah, some of these rooms, they have those enemy spawn chambers. And they can get rather chaotic. So you just gotta do your best to handle it. There's more acid turrets. So where are you? There's you right here. And naturally there are still enemies left, but they're down the elevator, so this gives us a chance to pause, reflect, and then blam. We have spike boots. Remember that. We probably should have taken double jump, honestly. Oh. It counted as murdered even though one was still alive. So let's run back. We can get half armor. So let's do that. Get a shield. Let's get the shield. That's always helpful. We got a disc launcher. And that's it. That's our only sidearm right now. Just kind of pop around. And that's why you want spike boots. You can just Goomba an entire crowd if you're so inclined. Now, there is a murder zone for each level in the game. You know, there's the Athena one, the Burbs one, the Black Canyon one. Each of them feature enemies from that particular zone. And that's a... Oh, took steroids on accident. That's what they all say. We want that. Nailgun is nice. And yeah, we need to carry on to our next zone. We have a disc launcher. Take some extra damage. Spike boots are a wonderful, wonderful thing. You know, I can never speak ill of them. Oh. See, you can, you know, do self-damage with the flechette grenades. It's just harder. Did not think we would make that jump, to be perfectly honest. Focus our fire on the tall guy because they're harder to stomp. Oh. Our health is getting a little low. Time to switch to the Nailgun. Lean on that to do some of our dirty work when it comes to aiming. Thank you, shield. There we go. Room 7 murdered. Let's pick up all the scrap that we can. Luckily, we kept them nice and condensed in rather tight locations. Let's take our full armor. I love the double jump, but a reload blast in this kind of environment is very helpful. Because of that. Blam. No blam. There's our blam. Why aren't you blamming? There's blam. Blam. Yeah, once you get a few murder zone runs in and you're starting to get the items, that it's really like picks up in quality, I would say. Not necessarily like it becomes a whole lot easier, but the runs certainly get more dynamic. Because you're not just running around with stock equipment, kind of hoping and praying. So now we can finally have Airbud, our bestest friend. We've done that one. There isn't one up here. There's our last, there's the last one. A rocket launcher. I can already tell you this room is going to be far too tight for a rocket launcher. Because I believe it's just this vertical shaft. You know, I don't think there's anything really down there. There are a couple of enemies. Of course, you can see them. But it's not like this is connected to anything else. You know, there's no hallway after this. We got ourselves penned into a corner here. But easy enough to handle. Standing down here might actually be the best approach. Haven't decided yet, but gonna have to decide pretty soon. Just run past you. So yeah, everything is coming from up top. Won't let me get in there. That's a desperation, that's a desperation, that's a rocket launcher. Are we done? We are done. So let's grab the last bits of scrap. Reload. And that does it. That's a Murderzone win. Only takes about 15 minutes to go through one of those, so we will go through another one. I think we're gonna be just shy on adding barrels. No, we got barrels. We're actually pretty good distance towards our next goal. So let's go. Let's see. We haven't done Burbs or Athena at all. And yeah, we get 2 levels per hub. Or two hubs per zone, I should say. Let's go with the Burbs. We haven't done this one at all yet. Start off with a death sound. That's disheartening. And again, shotgun out in the baseball field. So there's 1 exit, 2 exits. Just trying to get a sense of where we need to head when we're done. This one is way more open compared to the Icarus. Like, this is a lot of open space. And there are a lot of these gunner dudes. So, turns a little bit bullet hell right out of the gate. All the more reason for these shotgun grenades. I would be surprised if this is the end of the first wave already. Except it totally is. So, there's my surprise. How much scrap can we pick up? Not much more. Let's take Airbud. Get a quarter armor. And then we'll just run straight ahead. Let's see what this has. It's a machine gun. And of course, the harder Burbs enemies. We should have grabbed Regen gear from the looks of it. This is gonna be annoying when it comes time to leave. That's for sure. That dude is functionally stuck. This is an excellent opportunity to run around for a moment. just track blood everywhere. So, you know, be super inconsiderate. But I think that's all the scrap we're gonna get out of this batch. So head on out. Our health and armor situation is not the best. I don't know what we just picked up. And I'm still not entirely sure what this... Oh no, this is the one that I do understand. Yeah, I don't see anything there. Our stats are higher than I would have expected, though. I think we got some manner of stats up in there. I think that's entirely plausible. So that desperation is like a wild flying chainsaw kind of thing, it would appear. Walked right into that shot. Got a nice direct hit on that. Nice. And the main challenge of this mode is just keeping a cool head, if I'm being totally honest. Oh, Airbud, finish the job. Right here, teleport to a glutton? No. Thrusters, retro rockets. Take half armor. Do a little bit more sweeping. We could have had 3/4 from the looks of it, but so it goes. Alright. Disc launcher. The shotgunner dropped 0 gallons of blood. That's a bit annoying. Get out of this water. And try to use the barrels to our advantage, if at all possible. But I'm still a little hesitant about throwing barrels. It's just a little too dangerous a lot of the time. Okay. Health is a bit low. But again, it looks like our last enemy is one of those wall huggers. And so they will just stay there until we do that. There's a food dispenser. That's very appreciated. So let's get out of here. Destroy the artwork. Get a grenade launcher. That's hazardous. But we'll take a shield, considering they gave us thrusters twice. We don't really care about thrusters. Okay, so this is a sort of grenade that is actually dangerous. But you can't say it doesn't get the job done. So we're gonna just use it up nice and quick. Break it over someone's head. And carry on. Same with the spin fuser. try and juke around and get scrap as much as possible as it happens. Thank you, shield. I didn't forget about you, shield. I may have said that when the shield didn't actually protect us, but consider it a thanks for past assistance, past encouragement. It's a lot of shooters. Okay. Now all that's left is gluttons. Let Airbud take care of them. And, you know, more than enough, considering how much armor we want to purchase. There's only half. Speed. Oh yeah. So that one's done. This one is not done. We got spin fuser again. I know it's officially a disc launcher, but I'm gonna call it a spin fuser until the end of time. See, I'm not entirely sure why we took the damage from that barrel that we did. If I knew why, perhaps I could avoid it in the future. And we'd be more inclined to throw barrels around. But instead, it's just a mystery. Hop over your head. Come on. Oh. I was sincerely hoping we would get through this while still having 25 armor left. There's probably no experimental weapons here. Just so that we could buy 75 armor and be exactly full. No waste. Nothing. But that doesn't look like it'll be the case. Railgun. We'll still buy 75 armor. And we'll take Regen, because we're a little low on health. But we are almost through. Don't know where the last zone is. Probably through that door. Start blasting these. Nice multi-kill. Gunners are really having it out for us. Should be prioritizing them a little more, I think. They're usually the source of the damage that we take. Gluttons are just gluttons. I'm kind of proud of that shot, if I'm being honest. And we don't have spike boots, so we can't Goomba. Okay, here come a bunch more enemies. Knew it wouldn't be that simple. But we have that steroid speed, so a little bit more ability to avoid damage here and there. And picking up the health regen has been helpful. Hasn't been a huge deal, but it's been helpful. And yeah, we'll go back up to full. Take reload blast. And find the last chamber. We get this crazy nailgun thing again. Of course, turrets have no blood, so they don't help us out on that portion of the whole thing. Come on, that was a direct hit. You're not gonna give us a direct hit like that? Come on. Send this. Then we just send it flying. See what ends up happening. And I also saw there is a scrap bin in this room. So we can make up for these dumb direct hits that we're taking. So let's go find that again. Right here. Whoops. Reload blast. That's a thing. That does a thing. So let's pick this up, hit that. I don't want barrels, I don't want empty. Oh, oh, that hurts. That hurts. We're just too slow. So we're just gonna have to do this without any armor at all. And hopefully, that was the thrusters for dodging. A little awkward to use, honestly. Not a fan of them. Took care of that mob. Took care of that gunner. We're really hoping we get enough scrap that that little flub doesn't matter too much. Got stuck, but that's what reload blast is for. Overshot. Undershot. Correctly shot. Just focusing on the gunman as much as possible. And let's try to sweep up a little bit of scrap before finishing up. Okay. So that's that room. It's gone, man, it's gone. Luckily we got enough scrap that we can get full armor again, but man. Take barrel pull, even though we don't really want it. And, where is the last door? Right here. The pistol. Okay, let's jam. Of course, no spike boots means crowds can be a little harder to deal with. Even with this gift of elevation. But the other gift we have is being able to use 2 grenades before reloading. So we can get really nice multi-kills in pretty quick succession. So this is just, you know, mass chaos. That's all this mode comes down to. Just everything is insanity. Room 10 murdered. We've done it. So Murderzone is not especially hard once you've gotten a few of those benefits from doing runs. Out of the gate, it's actually very difficult because you don't have a crafting bench. But once you do, you know, you can start making armor and start improving your runs. So, that's Murderzone. That's sort of the secondary mode in Strafe. Apparently we just died. Or we have a really bad cough. One or the other. There's still lots of progress to be made on this, but I have a feeling as you progress, like, each run is just going to be a little bit easier here and there, so it is what it is. So yeah, that's that part of the game. We probably won't be coming back to it in future videos, but it's there. And future videos will, at this point, we need to go do melee. That's the next achievement, that's the next challenge. We've gotten all the achievements for Murderzone. Time to go back to the main game, clear more of those out. So that will be next time, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like would be appreciated, subscribe doubly so. But either way, ta-ta for now.